So good morning, fellow ticket holders. Today we are in San Antonio, Texas. We are currently in the rental car that we just picked up at the San Antonio airport. The main objective for today is to go to SeaWorld San Antonio for a full day. And while we're there, we're actually doing an ACE event, but we are going to do everything Christmas this time, unlike last year when we went in the evening. But first, we need to go out and get breakfast, get some coffee, and play some pinball. Yes, you heard that right, some pinball in there. We will show that later. But yeah, let's go on and get some breakfast. And here we are. This is where we're gonna eat breakfast today. It is called Ruthie's. This is a really tiny local place here, but they apparently have really good breakfast tacos. So let's go inside and have some breakfast. All right, that was really quick. Our tacos have come out, and man, these look like nice homemade tortillas here. But first up, we have Amigas taco, which is eggs and tortilla chips. And on the opposite side here, we have a barbacoa taco. Look at that shredded beef there. And Vanessa also got 2 tacos. This one's Amigas, just like what I got, but she did not get the barbacoa. She has the egg, chorizo, and cheese. And that will conclude our time here at Ruthie's for breakfast. Wow, that was very quick.
That was so quick. Everything was delicious. The flour tortillas were nice and fluffy.
Oh, so nice.
And they came out quick. We put in our order. They went back to the kitchen and they just came right back out with their tacos. Everything was nice and hot, and the coffee was great, and the service was excellent. They were really friendly.
Yeah, so we both got migas tacos, as I showed.
Yeah, that was my first time having a migas taco. I've had migas just on a plate.
Eggs with a tortilla chips.
Yep, that's it. This was in a flour tortilla, and it was good. The textures of a flour tortilla and the corn chips give it a whole different texture, and it's pretty good. It was really good.
Yeah, really enjoyed that one as well. I like how they can keep their tortillas nice and crispy.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they must be the nice thick ones so that when it gets juicy, it's still there. So yes, really enjoyed those. And then the ones that we had separately, we shared so that we could try them, because 2 tacos was definitely enough.
Yeah, they were big, thick guys.
But then we tried the barbacoa, which was really nice and juicy, really and tender, and lots of flavor to the meat. They have really good barbacoa here, and again on that nice fresh flour tortilla. Yeah. Oh, so good.
So good.
And then you had the chorizo.
The chorizo con huevo and cheese. Not my favorite chorizo.
No, a little bit peppery.
A little bit peppery, but still overall good. It was a really good spot to start the day. When in Texas, breakfast tacos.
I wasn't really able to show anything inside because it is a very small place, and there's a lot of people in there.
Yeah, I think diner.
So yeah, I didn't want to be intrusive. It's kind of a little hard to do that stuff. But anyhow, on to our second spot, which would be for our second coffee for today. And again, as I had mentioned in the intro, pinballs, because the place we're going to that has coffee apparently has a pinball arcade inside.
I love pinballs.
So hopefully, actually, I can get some quarters or something.
Oh yeah, change.
But yeah, let's head over to our second spot for second coffee. And here we are. This is where we're going today for second coffee. San Antonio, what's Brewing Coffee Roasters. They have coffee, tea, equipment, accessories, and of course pinball. So let's go inside, get some coffee, and play some pinball. And this is what we picked up for second coffee. Yes, we also got a treat as well, so we'll start with that. So this is a mixed berry Pop-Tart. Looks to be super homemade, looks really good. I got a hot regular cafe latte, so it should just be milk and espresso. And then back here, Vanessa got a Beauregard iced chai latte, dirty, which means they add a shot of espresso. And in this chai latte, it is a crisp caramel blueberry chai. So it's supposed to be very similar to like a blueberry pie latte. Now that we've had that awesome coffee, let's check out the pinball rooms. Yes, I made sure to put that S in there because there are multiple rooms. We're at this first room here. We have a second room here. And now here in the warehouse, we have even more as a third location. And when I say this third room is in the warehouse, it is literally in the warehouse. We have racks of beans from different countries, as well as their roaster. And back here in the back there, it looks like we have the pinball machine workshop. But what is really cool is there is so many different types of pinball machines from different eras, like the Flintstones here, a little bit older, and we have the more newer ones like the Avengers here. We have the Twilight Zone and Stranger Things. Two very similar type of IPs from two different eras. And back here in the second room, we have, of course, the iconic Star Wars pinball machine. Not too sure about Godzilla, but that's really cool. And here's this one here. This one definitely looks a little bit older. And this one is Flash Gordon. And finally, in the second room, a couple more recognizable names like Super Mario Brothers and the Ninja Turtles. And in between this collection of what kind of looks to be 80s themed pinballs, we do have this more classic one here made out of the plywood and very classic looking, and it's called Joker's Poker. And if we check out this little sign right here, it is from 1978. In addition to the machines themselves, they have the backlight panels on the walls as above them, and I didn't realize Metallica had a pinball machine at one point. And finally, back here in the warehouse, we have some more recognizable names like Game of Thrones, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Baywatch, and Indiana Jones. So this one here is really cool. From 1977, we have an Evel Knievel pinball machine. Really cool. I like this one. And it looks like the two oldest pinball machines that they have are from 1976. We have Jack's Open and this one here called Surfer. So we can't come to this coffee shop slash pinball arcade and not play some pinball machines. So yeah, I grabbed us some quarters, so let us play pinball. Alright, so that'll conclude our time at What's Brewing Coffee and Pinballs and Supplies. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. So we'll start with the food. Man, that coffee was fantastic.
Yeah, that coffee was really good. I had a blueberry chai. It was so good, so good.
Yeah, and I always like to, when I go to new places, get just a regular coffee so I can try their beans. And as you saw, they seem like they roast their own stuff here, and that was fantastic. A nice mild espresso mixed in with that milk. Oh, so good, so smooth. And then the Pop-Tart, I wish it would have been able to be warmed. They didn't ask us to warm it. I guess we didn't ask. And we didn't ask. So. But it was still really good, really nice flavoring inside.
It was homemade.
Yeah, really enjoyed that one. And then the uniqueness of having a pinball arcade in here was fantastic. Lots of fun. Had the Evel Knievel one eat my quarter, though I think I might have put it on the wrong side because there's two coin things. But yeah, the games that we got to play was really fun. Yeah,
it's a good way to relieve some stress. There's just so much fun. The beautiful lights and the sounds, the artwork. Oh, it's such a great invention from its time.
Really enjoyed doing that. So that will conclude our morning before SeaWorld.
Oh, I don't think we mentioned it's been around since 1979, and it's considered one of the OG establishments, coffee houses for San Antonio.
Yeah, I'm glad that we were able to find this online and able to have it right here where we were at. It's very close to the airport because we're still in this general area. It was literally like 1 mile down the road from the breakfast tacos. So great way to start the morning. So at this point, we will make our way over towards SeaWorld San Antonio. As I stated in the intro, we are headed there for an ACE event for the Texas ACE.
Our very first ACE event for Texas, for the Texas charter.
Yeah, so it will be fantastic. So we will catch you over at SeaWorld San Antonio. And we have made it to SeaWorld San Antonio. Look at their beautiful Christmas tree with the silver bows all over it. And I always love this archway. It is really neat. But we need to go right over here to the left of the table and pick up our ACE credentials. ACE credentials have been acquired. We got our 2 tickets. We have our name tag and we have our wristbands that I assume get us our lunch and dinner today. And we have made it into the park, and look, there are the Coke Bears again like last year and the candy cane lights. But the park is not open to the public yet, but we are making our way back to Texas Stingray. All right, we have made it to Texas Stingray. This is a GCI, Great Coast International wooden roller coaster. Let's go give it a ride. Oh, and look, they put a little Santa hat over top of the yes. Okay, so we just did 2 rides on Texas Stingray. Like I said, a GCI or Great Coast International coaster. Fantastic.
Yeah, I loved it more in the front than I did in the back. I was like standing up for majority of the time in the front row, and the back was kind of shaky, but it was still good. It pulls you. It pulls you.
Still smooth, even though it's a little lot of airtime in the back. I don't think it was too janky.
Yeah. Beautiful views.
I don't know what would happen on a nice hot summer Texas day in the middle of the day. Like that thing would be going super fast.
Yeah.
Very similar, I'm gonna guess, to El Toro over at Six Flags.
Yeah.
But yeah, great coaster and great start to our event today. So in addition to the 1 coaster this morning, they have 3 flat rides that they are running for us. And the first 2 flat rides they are running are right across from the Texas Stingray. We have Riptide Rescue, which is this octopus type of spinning ride, but they look like rescue rafts. And the second one is the Sea Swingers. This is the pendulum ride. And the 3rd flat ride available to us during morning ERT is Tidal Surge. This is their SNS swings, just like all the other Busch Gardens / SeaWorld parks. Yeah, so a great collection of flat rides and 1 coaster for ERT. We are not going to ride the flat rides because they will make both of us sick. I just wanted to point them out. It is almost 1 o'clock, which is lunchtime. So we're just gonna wait around right now until we can go in and have lunch. And I don't think there's any better way to wait for lunch than to take in this view of this water fountain and the flamingos behind it. For lunch today, SeaWorld has put together this wonderful buffet line here. Let's go through it and get one of everything. So as I said, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of everything. So I have some macaroni salad. I got a chicken wing with some barbecue sauce. We got some beef brisket, some baked beans on the side, some pickles on the side, and a roll. And for dessert, they had some apple cobbler. All right, so we just finished up lunch. We do want to first off thank SeaWorld and a South Central Texas division for that wonderful lunch, and actually we'll be back for dinner, so we're excited for that. But yeah, all the food was really good. Really like that macaroni salad and the chicken wings. The brisket was pretty good, better than at the Busch Gardens Park, so a little bit better, but I kind of expect that being in Texas, hopefully. But yeah, really enjoyed lunch. So again, thank you to those 2 groups for providing it. Oh yeah, the apple cobbler.
Apple cobbler.
Best part. Wish there was a little bit of ice cream on top, but that's just a personal preference. But
Thank you.
So at this point, we are going back into the park. So for those of you that are now joining us for the actual Christmas celebration section of our video, welcome. From this point forward, for the most part to almost the end, this will be available to the general public. So we're gonna do our best to show what we can of all the Christmas celebration stuff here at SeaWorld San Antonio. So come with us as we check this park out. And as we make our way around this park today, we're gonna go clockwise. We found our first set of statues, and look, we have the Blues Brothers in snowman form, and we have this long-haired rocking snowman. Howdy, Sheriff. And a good day to you, Deputy. Wait, Deputy, are you the hair police? Because it looks like you have hair dryers for guns. Gonna catch some snow up there on the ramp. And oh my goodness, down here in front of us we have a snow bull and a matador. Which I don't know why he's sad when the bull's over here, unless it's because the bull's just sitting down and not coming after his red cape. Oh my gosh, up here on the basketball court, he accidentally threw his head into the basket. Well, at least he still made it. And this football player is very confused and surprised right now because when he tossed the football to his friend, went all the way through him. And finally, it looks like the king is in the park. How you doing, Elvis? So I just realized that all those snowmen decorations are in a different spot this year. So I'm very interested to see what they have put in their spot on the back side of the park. But they were one of my favorites to see last year, and I'm glad that they had them back. Okay, so it was the Merry Mariachi, and first off, I appreciate they have this nice stage for them this year.
Last time they were
basically on a fold-up stage over at the end. Yeah,
and all the lights were on them, and it was just.
Yes, this worked out really well for them this year. Really enjoyed that, but great show. Love seeing them play.
That's what I love about the theme parks over here in Texas. They're a little bit of Tex-Mex, a little bit of our culture.
Yeah.
Hispanic, Mexican, American.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
They did such a good job as always.
Yep, so let's continue on around the park.
Something new that SeaWorld is doing this year for a Christmas celebration are the food booths, I believe. And our first one that we're going to is Comida Navideña. So one of the first items that we got from the food booths is this Mexican frozen hot chocolate.
And yeah, so when we saw on the menu that they were to have frozen Mexican hot chocolate, this is not what we expected. We didn't expect Mexican hot chocolate with ice cream in it. Yeah. What we would have expected would have been sort of like a slushy frozen drink.
Like a frozen hot chocolate, like with little ice bits in it, you know, frozen mixed. Like a frozen margarita.
Right. But no, again, just hot chocolate with ice cream in it. It is really good though. Kind of gives it a creamy flavor to it.
So
I'm sure it's it's melting really quickly.
Yeah, so what makes it Mexican is the cinnamon and some spices. Sometimes they'll add chili, but this is just, is just cinnamon.
Cinnamon hot chocolate with ice cream. Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good, but I was really hoping for the icy aspect of it.
Right. Yep.
Still good.
Yeah, so we're gonna stop at a few of these booths around the way. We have looked on the app to point a few of them out. So hopefully this isn't the last one, but there are a couple we want to check out. So we'll point them out along the way. So one thing I want to point out about the food booths, they are doing lanyards. So you have a 5-punch lanyard for 45 or a 10-punch for 60. And if you are a pass holder at SeaWorld or Busch Gardens, you can get the 10 with an extra 2 punches for that same price. So they give you 2 free punches. So a little bit of special for the pass holders. So as we work our way around the park, it looks like we've made it to our next section for decorations. It is the gingerbread and candy cane lane area. And of course, it wouldn't be a SeaWorld park without your festive lawnmowers. Ah, okay, so they just flip-flop the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stuff and the snowman. So that's all we have back here now. So look what we got here. We have where Rudolph and his family meet Santa Claus in their house for the first time. This is where Rudolph flies for the first time and they have his nose covered. Circling around, we have Bumble. We have Hermie and Cornelius at Bumble's cave. We have where Hermie and Rudolph meet Yukon Cornelius for the first time. We have the island of Misfit toys. And we have Santa's sleigh here being pulled by Rudolph with his glowing nose. And finally continue on around with the cutouts. I believe this is the end of the story where everybody comes together and puts together the Christmas tree. Oh my goodness, look what's going on. They have all 4 characters out. So they have Clarice, Yukon, Cornelius, Bumble, and Rudolph. Let's go get our photo. But yeah, that was so cool to be able to meet all 4 characters at the same time.
We are Santa's elves, filling Santa's shelves. With a toy for each girl and boy, oh, we are Santa's elves. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.
Okay, so that was Rudolph's Misfit Brass Band. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Really
Oh my
good.
gosh.
It's so good to see live entertainment with actual people performing with their instruments.
Yes.
It was so cool.
Really good. Lots of great entertainment going on.
Yep.
Really like listening to the brass band play together. I was right up front there. It was great. So they're not showing up too well right now, but we've made it to this section with all the blow mold figures. This is one of our favorites from last year as well. if you are looking to have dinner with Santa and Mrs. Claus, this is where you would come. Back here by the Great White Coaster. Go right through the house and have dinner. It looks like that multiple different types of entrees, a salad station, a dessert. Price is $42.09 for adults and $19.99 for children.
All its glory, gather round for my Elves story. Given my helpers the holiday task to spread good cheer and to make it last. Chairs throughout the land, stacked and great, have stacked and wise. The visitors around you won't believe their eyes.
So that was the Elves Christmas Story. Another really good entertainment option here.
I really liked it. Yeah.
It's really cool to see those acrobatic stunts and just to see one person do it all by herself. That was
it's
that was
nerve-wracking.
amazing.
It's always nerve-wracking to
Yeah.
see that. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Even though they do have the assistance of the notches in the chair, anything could happen.
Absolutely.
But yeah, really cool to see that stuff. So we're gonna stop in here to Currents real quick because they seem to have Christmas merchandise. And right here in the entryway is all the stuff for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which would make sense because this is where they're meeting and greeting. So we have some knickknacks, some snow globes. This one's of Santa Claus. This one's of Clarice with the birds. On the second shelf here we have another snow globe with the characters all together. We have a mug with the characters inside of postage stamps. That's really nice. A photo frame in the event that you purchase your photo with the characters. And we have another little knick-knack statue here with everybody in Santa's sleigh and the Misfit toys here in the back. If you would like to dress up in a onesie, they have that as well. You can be Rudolph. And they have this really cool looking Rudolph t-shirt. I do like this one. If you're a fan of Yukon Cornelius, they have a t-shirt with him on it. And it looks like we have a Bumble t-shirt, a Bumble bag, and a Bumble t-shirt for kids. So over here it looks like we have some sleeping pajama pants, fleece, with Rudolph in a Santa Claus outfit. We also have another onesie here of Bumble. We also have, oh my gosh, the stuff for your cars where you have Rudolph's nose and antlers. And it looks like we have a Rudolph Nutcracker. And on each side of the Rudolph Nutcracker, we have a Bumble plush. And we have a blanket with Rudolph. Above more of these Rudolph onesies, it looks like we also have a Bumble fleece blanket. On this middle stand here, it looks like we have some Rudolph ornaments of all different kinds, as well as a Bumble bauble. On the back side of that entryway display, we have some plushes. We have Clarice and Rudolph, and another Clarice with her jacket on. And on the back side of the Rudolph t-shirt display, we have a zip-up hoodie that says Clarice's Cookie Dough Shop. And on the back it has her with her cookie stand. Finally, over here at the other entrance door, it looks like they do have some SeaWorld Christmas stuff. So we have some different ornaments. We have a whale and a penguin and a dolphin. Those are really cute. We also have a bauble ornament with sea turtles and the dolphin and the penguins and the whales on that. Looks like in that same style, I'm gonna call it the ugly sweater style, we have this little bowl or teacup maybe, as well as some welcome winter sign and joyful and jolly Merry Christmas wooden sign. There's also this tea plate here and another handled cup mug. That is really cool. I like that design. And here is both that handled mug and the bowl together, and a whole display looking very pretty. And it also looks like they have that ugly sweater design on a pullover sweatshirt down the side. Got poinsettias. But yeah, really neat. I do like that design for SeaWorld. And finally, for the SeaWorld specific merchandise, we have a long sleeve t-shirt. This is SeaWorld in this candy and cookie design. And it's down the sleeve. You have gingerbread men. I have one very similar to this that says Busch Gardens. Oh no, finally before we leave, I wish the trains were running. We have the SeaWorld Express This is really neat. Now, I'm assuming this might be here all the time, not just for Christmas, but they do have their Christmas trains inside of here, as well as the shops ready for Christmas. So maybe they do put this display up specifically for Christmas, but it's currently not running. So Currents looks to be a really good spot for Christmas decorations and merchandise and souvenirs. There is some others that are not SeaWorld or anything specific. I just went ahead and highlighted some of the items that they do have. Okay, so here is a second one of those food booth stands. This one is called Sweets. We're gonna pick up an item here. And that item that we picked up is called the Winter Mint Cookie Sandwich. This is an ice cream sandwich rolled in coconut shavings and crushed peppermint between 2 white chocolate cranberry cookies.
All right, let's try this. With a lot of these ice cream cookie sandwiches, you're expecting the cookies to be super hard. These are so soft. I did not expect that. So if you're a peppermint fan, you're gonna love this. And I love that the cookies are actually like Christmas themed too, with cranberry white chocolate. Usually they just stuff it with like 2 chocolate chip cookies. No, they went all out with this cookie sandwich, and I highly recommend it. If you're a coconut and a peppermint fan, you're gonna love this.
So as we continue on around the park here, it looks like we have come upon the SeaWorld's Christmas Market. So in this area, we have the Christmas Market Cafe. Here you can pick up the smoked brisket Frito pie, white chocolate cranberry cookies, sugar cookies, and Mexican street corn. This was the area of the park that had this beautiful red and white poinsettia Christmas tree and the really cool boot tree. And if you're looking to meet Santa Claus, you can meet him here at his workshop. And of course, being in Texas, you have Texas Santa in a cowboy hat and his chaps. And finally, look how cute these centerpieces are on these picnic tables. You got a cowboy boot and a little milk can that says Home and Flowers with the red poinsettias in it.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can't see. Every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit reign. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone's dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
All right, we have come up on our last stop for the food here at the mini donut stand. And the ones that we're looking at are the eggnog drizzle. Now we're not gonna get a baker's dozen. They do have a 6-pack, which is good for the lanyard as well. So let's get the eggnog drizzle donuts. And here are those donuts. We did see them making fresh and it was just popping over. They asked if we wanted cinnamon and sugar or anything other than the drizzle, so we got them naked with the drizzle so we would just taste them as is. So they're not too bad. They're a little bit overcooked and crispy. They are a little soft in the middle, but for a donut, normally the whole thing is, so could go a little bit less time in the fryer. The eggnog drizzle on top's a little subtle in its flavoring, so I'm glad we didn't get the cinnamon sugar because that would definitely have overpowered it. But basically it's kind of just like a funnel cake donut, basically, the flavor, because they're a little bit crispy on the outside. Not too bad. And with that donut stop, that brings us full circle back around to the snowman, because here are the Blues Brothers again. And we have one more thing that we need to see, and that is this big stage show here called Oh Wondrous Night. We have reserved seating for the 6:15 show, so let's go inside and check it out. Oh Wondrous Night tells the greatest story never told. The story of the Nativity as seen through the eyes of the animals who experienced it. This magical Christmas experience features a variety of amazing puppetry, more than 30 carols, and dance sets against the backdrop of traditional Christmas music. This glorious live stage show celebration will charm, entertain, and delight people from all walks of life. everyone will be entertained by the true glory of Christmas. Alright, so before we get back into the Ace event stuff, let's make one lap around the park and check out all the beautiful Christmas lights.
It's pretty cold in Texas.
Yeah, so it's such beautiful lights all the way around the park here. So we're just trying to keep warm here by this fire pole before the park's getting ready to close and we can go do ERT on the 3 remaining coasters here in the park. All right, it is 9 o'clock, which means the park is officially closed and it is time to start ERT. And first up for us, we are going to do the Great White, their B&M invert coaster. Next up is Wave Breaker, an Intamin family launch coaster. And the final roller coaster for ERT tonight is Steel Eel. Okay, never mind. We went to go up to the station. He said that they are having technical difficulties and closed. And yeah, they're right there on the lift hill. So hopefully these people get off sometime soon, but they're kind of stuck up there right now. Oh, phew, there they go. All right, they got them unstuck. But we are gonna go ahead and head out again. We rode this last year, so we don't need this credit. So we'll have to catch it another time in the front seat. And that will conclude our day here at SeaWorld San Antonio. Wow, it's another long one today.
Yep.
With the ERT this morning, all day at the park for the Christmas celebration and ERT here tonight. But yeah, had a great time. Really enjoyed the park.
Fun. Yeah, the food that we tried was really good. It was very dead. It was very, very, very peaceful.
Yeah, unlike last year when we were here basically right after Thanksgiving and it was kind of busy.
Yeah.
But we were told that this was actually a preview night, so I don't know if that means for just pass holders. But yeah, really good group going on today.
The entertainment was great.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. And for the 2 coasters at the end of the night, really enjoyed doing
Great White.
Great White. It's a really smooth and small, compact B&M invert.
It had a unique layout.
Yeah. I did not expect the double loop though, the one in the beginning, one at the end. And then we got to do their rescue one, which is basically like an outdoor version of Dark Coaster.
But
really
on a bigger
cool.
level.
On a bigger, yeah. It'd be cool if they actually put that type of layout inside of a large building, kind of like when they put the Sketty Bowl inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, really enjoyed that. So finally, we would like to thank South Central Ace of Texas for putting on this event, as well as SeaWorld San Antonio for having us out today as Ace members. And thank you for everybody that put this on. So we hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, be safe, be kind, and adventure on. Bye! Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to our channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below.